But that anxiety only leaves once you are in motion. Action isn't what happens after you get confident. Confidence is what happens after you take action. You have the sequence flipped. You're waiting to feel brave so you can begin, but the act of beginning is what makes you brave. The most courageous thing you can be is a beginner. Every professional was once a disaster. Every icon was once an amateur who refused to stop. If you wait for the feeling of readiness, you will be waiting until the end of your life. There is no ready, there is only now and never. You must realize that the first move isn't just a small part of the work, it is the most demanding part of the entire process. This is the peak of the mountain. Starting requires more force than continuing. You are trying to move a stationary vehicle. You push with every ounce of strength, and it barely budges. But once that car is rolling, you can keep it moving with a single finger. Once the first sentence is down, the second one flows. But that first push takes everything you've got. Stop expecting the start to feel good. Expect it to feel like a fight. When you accept that it's supposed to be difficult, you stop blaming yourself and you just start pushing. Why do we quit during that initial push? Because we are looking at the destination while we are still in the driveway. You are worrying about the final chapter while you are struggling to write the title. Of course it feels impossible. Of course you want to retreat. You are trying to solve year 5 problems on day 1. You are stressed about how to manage a team for a company you haven't even registered. You are fearing the reviews of a product you haven't built. You are hiding in a fictional future to escape a difficult present. You need to narrow your focus. Stop looking at the summit and look at the ground beneath your feet. Just one step, that is your only obligation. So, how do you break the chains? You have to set the bar on the floor. You have to make the goal so small it's almost embarrassing. Your ego wants you to write 10 pages. Tell yourself you will write 1 word. Your ambition wants you to work out for 2 hours. Tell yourself you will just stand in the gym. Make the entry point so effortless that it feels safe. You aren't trying to finish today. You are just trying to break the stillness. If you can't commit to an hour, commit to 60 seconds. If you can't clean the whole room, pick up 1 sock. It sounds trivial, but it's the only way to hack your internal alarm system. You are slipping past your own defenses, and by the time your brain catches on, you already have momentum. Movement generates its own heat. Movement creates its own clarity. Think about the price of remaining where you are. We calculate the risk of failing, but we forget to calculate the risk of being stagnant. Where are you in 3 years if you never take the leap? You're in the same spot with the same regrets, just 3 years older and more tired. That is a much deadlier risk than failing.